NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. They find some open field here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. Complete. Jefferson the target. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. The Jaguars hit 3-7 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lawrence. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lynch. On the move past the 40. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 39 yards there, a big one. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Detroit! Jamison Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. With a tackle there by Malcolm Rodriguez. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender, because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 64 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Lawrence. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? Hey, filter.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevented from making another catch to his big start.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup of 17 yards. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Lynch. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll set up to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 41. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Taking it right down Broadway. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Hey, drop it.
They go play action with Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a give right side. Oakley. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Oakley, nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Brock Wright, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. On play action, Lawrence. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look in the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball. Here.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Trayvon Walker has now recorded 10 sacks on the season, but found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it?
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the Jaguars are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aleem McNeil. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the lock.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
On play action, they'll throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 3rd down, Oakland. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Claybrook's going to bring this one out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They run the counter. Oakland. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try again. And he's going to lose yardage again as he is stuck behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The They'll start this drive out on the ground. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
That's taken on the 25. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right? As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
They'll send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down now, Oakley. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Oakland. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game.
Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
And they take a knee. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contribute.